Hello again, my lovelies. And today I decided to film a video. I don't know why I started the video like that. It's probably my hair. Let's be real. Let's talk about this first. I am letting my hair be natural today. So this is how it looks, like my bangs, like naturally. They got some flip to them. Got some sass. I decided to let them be. I'm being really relaxed today. There was a huge storm here, so I got really sleepy and lazy and ended up taking a nap. So, yeah, I probably should have filmed this video earlier, but I didn't. So now it's, 11:10 p.m., and I'm filming a YouTube video that I had to get makeup on for. Life decisions. But what video are we doing today? Any guesses? You guys already know because it's down there. But we're talking about my brush collection. And my brush collection, I just downsized. I had whole sets of things or brushes that I had from when I was younger. I either didn't use them, didn't like them, or just had no use for them. So I got rid of some of them. I also downsized my makeup collection, which will make it easier to show some of that on here. But the next videos that I'm going to be posting are probably going to be more beauty related, and this will be the start of those, I guess. So when I first got into makeup, I wanted Sigma brushes so bad. Does everyone remember Sigma brushes? Obviously you remember Sigma brushes. But instead of getting Sigma brushes, I got Sedona lace brushes, which I really liked. I really liked for a long time, but now they're getting a little older, and I'm actually doing this video because I'm going to be doing an updated makeup brush collection because I'm in the market to get new brushes. And I think I'm going to get some Morphe brushes because I like the company, I like what it stands for. I've looked up a lot of videos. I already have the sets that I want picked out, so I'll probably be doing some videos on that. But I figured I'd do my current makeup brush collection, which is why I'm gesturing over here. They're all chilling over here. But yeah, so the first makeup brushes that I got that were really nice in a set were the Sedona lace brushes. So the ones that I have still, let's go over face brushes still. So the ones, these are also dirty. I cleaned my brushes recently, like a week ago, but I've been doing my makeup more recently, so yeah. So these are the face brushes. First, I'll do the small face brush. I actually really don't like concealer or foundation brushes like this. Personally, for me, I don't really use them. I prefer like a sponge or a cushion or a flat top brush, and we'll get into that later. But I kept this one. I don't know why. Probably going to end up getting rid of it. But this is the Sedona Lace 954. And this is actually clean, but it still looks like really greasy. If you can see that, like it's just like moving. I don't know. I don't really use this brush. I don't know why I have it still. It'll go over there. Next, I have another brush that I don't really use from the kit anymore. I did at one point, but, you know, when brushes get older, some of the bristles fall out, so it's too flimsy now. So if anything, I would use the Sedona Lace 813 as probably a highlight or to, like, do some blending. But other than that, I don't really use this brush anymore. Probably just going to end up getting rid of this one as well. It was a really great brush when I first got it because that's when like stippling was such the craze. So that's why I wanted, you know, dual fiber brushes. So that's what I used it for at the time. But now just don't really use it. Next, from Sedona Lace, I have the big powder brush. Probably has powder in it. Let's be real. 376. Hopefully I'm saying all those right. Very fluffy. I love this brush. I loved this brush when I got it, but now it is getting older and the bristles are falling out. So, like I said, I just need to update my brushes. I use this for all over powder. I really love this brush. It's really soft. Don't remember if it was that soft when I first got it. It might just be because, you know, I've been working with it with my face for so long, and the oils just kind of worked with it. But this was a great brush when the bristles weren't falling out all the time. Now, just need new ones, honestly. The next one from Sedona Lace is the angled, like, natural hair brush. This is the 850, also dirty. I use this for contouring and bronzer, mostly just bronzer. Contouring, I use something else now. So I used to use this for contouring and blending, but I'm having the same thing where the bristles are, you know, falling out of this. So it's just time to upgrade, unfortunately. But until I do upgrade, these two brushes are staples in my collection. When I do shows, when I do, I don't know, my makeup anywhere else, if I need to travel, I don't like travel size brushes. I feel like they're not as good of quality a lot of the time, so I have to have a makeup bag big enough for these, because I don't know where my brush roll went. Yay. So yeah, these are staples. So Sedona Lace is a great brand. I just, you know, don't use it as much. The next brushes that I have from Sedona Lace are eye brushes. This one actually might be a lip brush. I'm not sure. I don't really use it. I think I've used this maybe once. I use it for detail work if I do any like stage makeup or something like that. It's just a pointed, I don't know if this is natural or synthetic, probably synthetic. It looks more like a paintbrush, honestly. This is the 772. Yeah, I've only used this for stage makeup and stuff like that. Don't really have a use for this one. I just have other brushes that I use for this. My eyes are bigger, so like if I were, I don't know. I just don't really like, nah. Kind of the same like greasy feeling, I guess. But then the next brush that I used to love, I used to be really into gel liners. So this was my go-to because it's so thin. So thin, can get a very nice precise line. I still use this to smudge things out. Love this brush. And it's also, it's nice, flimsy, and workable, but at the same time, it's stiff enough to do what you need it to. This is the 561 from Sedona Lace. Like I said, this is a great brand. I would highly recommend it. It's cheaper than Sigma. And I really like the quality. I've heard on YouTube that it's pretty much the same quality. So, let's be real. This is the Sedona Lace 407. Okay, this is my go-to crease brush. Because I have such a big amount of crease, I need this for that space for sure. So an angled shadow brush. So soft, so workable, and it's pretty flimsy, in all honesty. But for me, that works really great to get in there. I didn't actually use this one today. I have, like, predominantly cream products on my eyes today just because I was trying to hurry up. And I'm actually trying to talk pretty fast because, in all honesty, I have a lot of brushes, and I don't want this video to be too long, but it's already, like, 8.5 minutes. So, yeah, 407. And I really love this brush. This is a daily use brush for me. Would definitely recommend this brush or even something like this. Next, I have the Sedona Lace 305. This is just a C shadow brush. For me, this was a little too fluffy to pack shadow on the lid. So what I use this for is highlight. This is like the only thing I use this brush for is for highlighter on my brow bone. That's it. But I love this brush for it, and I will be keeping that. When I do get new brushes, these will be staying in my set because I'm very particular about my eye brushes, and when I find ones that I like, I become pretty attached. But yeah, 305. And finally, the ones from Sedona Lace. This was probably a, like, what, 12-piece kit, and now I only have, oh god, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the brushes still, but I just wasn't fans of the other ones, obviously. Like the flat foundation brush, don't like it, don't use it. This is the 904. This is just like a fluffier pencil brush. You can also use this for blending. I'm just starting to get in the hang of this brush because it is natural hairs. So I'm trying this brush out more. I've had this brush for years. I just never used it. So I'm trying to use this brush because I'm seeing people do some nice crease looks with brushes like this lately. So giving that a try. So another brand that I predominantly have the rest of my face brushes from is E.L.F. I really like their $3 and $6 brush line, and I have all of the ones that I really like. I did not like the powder one. It was too flat, just didn't like it. But the one I do use either for powder foundation or if I buff in liquid foundation is the E.L.F. powder brush, but it's the flat top, and I actually use this with my powder today. You can probably like so I just buff in my powder foundation. I used to use this with regular foundation. I'm really picky about my foundation, so I got rid of all of them except a cushion foundation. So I only have one matte concealer, one BB concealer, and one cushion foundation because I don't wear enough makeup and I only have one powder and one setting powder, or two setting powders as of right now, because I downsized on my makeup set, kit, collection so much because I don't use them. And so I either gave them away to my friends or to my brother's girlfriend, who's upstairs, obviously. But this is one of my go-to brushes. I use this today because I wanted to be able to talk about it again. The rest of face brushes I use all the time. This one I hadn't picked up in a while, and I just used a powder foundation because I'm really liking my freckles. You definitely can't see them because of the lighting, but I have a lot of freckles around here. You can see that mole, but that's about it. But my lighting is like so bad. But yes, powder foundation brush, a must. And I've seen a lot of people rave about this. Love it. Next, I have the stippling brush from E.L.F. And I have used this so much, and I probably had this longer than the powder brush, that the wood is showing through. But I still use this brush religiously. And these brushes hold up so well. I've washed these several times, and honestly, these have held up better than the Sedona lace ones. And I prefer the stippling one by far to this one. But I don't apply foundation with these anymore. I ended up not liking what it did to my face. I like a thinner foundation, something that you can still see my skin through because I don't have a lot of acne or discoloration. So I have pretty nice skin on my own, and I use a lot of beauty products to take care of my skin. So I like to show that off. So this I use for cream blush a lot and shows. That's kind of why it's like stained. It's really stained pink, but you can't see that. You can kind of see it there, but it's like a hot pink right now because I used a hot pink blush the other day. And yes, this brush is a must. I use this for powder blush and cream blush, and I love it for both. It works just as well for both, and I blend out my blushes with this as well. Next, I have, I've probably had this one the longest out of the next two, the E.L.F. blush brush. Also, because of how this is shaped, it is tapered at the top and angled. I love how this applies my blush. I use this today with NARS's Orgasm because I try and use a little bit of darker blush when I film these videos. Also because I am a little older than when I first started my YouTube, I like darker makeup a little bit more than I did then. I still love my lighter makeup, don't get me wrong, but for some things I like a little bit of darker makeup. But this blush brush is my go-to. I can get a good amount of product on this brush and apply it to my cheeks normally, you know, and love it. Next would be the E.L.F. Small Stipple, and I'm super torn. I am excited that I'm getting new brushes because I really like this for highlight, but I also really like this for blending out my concealer. So I have concealer on my chin today and a little bit under my nose because I had some, if you get the light, you can see like a little pimple. I have one under my nose, but the lighting's really helping me out, so you aren't really able to see that. You can kind of like see a little bit of a butt chin that I don't have, but I have a little bit of a dimple. But this brush I normally use for highlight, but I used it to blend out my concealer today. So it added a little bit, you know, of that like residue of the concealer and really highlighted those areas of my face rather than sinking them in. I didn't contour like too much today. I just added a little bit of bronzer. And finally, my last face brush from E.L.F. that I just picked up recently. This is definitely in the $6 line. I'm pretty sure. Definitely pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is the contour brush. All it says now is E.L.F., but it looks like that. And I got the Physicians Formula BB like contour stick. I've never tried contour sticks before, but I wanted to try it for the musical I was just in to try and use some more regular makeup products rather than like Ben Nye and stuff like that, and try and integrate that into my stage makeup routine. And I loved this for blending out a contour. This is what I use for a contour now. I predominantly only use this for contour. It's short and it's very stiff, but also workable. And it's got these slightly, you know, duo type of bristles that are really soft. And this brush is a lifesaver. I never knew that I would really like contouring, but I really do, and it helps my face shape sometimes. I really do like how my face is shaped, but I really love that brush as well. It's so good. I would say check out the E.L.F. $3 line. Love them. Next, I have the E.L.F. Small Precision brush. I think I originally wanted to try this with eyeliner, but now I use this to smudge out shadows as liner or as to smudge out stick liner. I'm getting away from liquid eyeliner a little bit just because I don't like working on that so much. It's like the bane of my existence when doing my makeup, and so I don't do my makeup as much, so why would I do it? The E.L.F. contour brush. This is a small domed brush, and what I use this for is right in my inner corner, and to blend it out just slightly. Love that brush. All of the eye brushes I'm showing you definitely would recommend as well. This is what I use for shadow. This is a little bit dirty, actually. This is what I use for shadow. This is the E.L.F. eyeshadow C brush. Nice and stiff. I just love this brush. I'm probably going to pick up a new one because it's about time that I get a new one. But this is a go-to brush for me. And I love the black on black feel for the E.L.F. brushes because I can definitely tell them apart from Sedona Lace because it is black and silver and these are black on black. And more often than not, I'm always reaching for my E.L.F. brushes. They are a great, cheap alternative. So love their eye brushes. I just happen to have things that are similar to what I already, you know, would have. Next, these are some miscellaneous brushes. These are pretty much all eye brushes. The rest of my brushes are all eye brushes. Because I stick to brushes that I like. So I don't have a lot of face brushes. I don't tamper with that a lot. So this one's just for eyebrows. I picked this up because everyone's raving about Ardell and their eyelashes. And I'm not a big false eyelash person, but I really liked this brow brush. Unfortunately, when I was drying it, it got misshapen. Isn't that great? You can definitely see how misshapen that is. Just look at that on my forehead there. And so, don't use this as much. I have an eyebrow pencil now that I'm trying over a powder just to try it out. And I actually got like cotton ball fluffs in the spoolie. So this brush should probably just be thrown away. But like I said, I get attached to my things. Great. This is a miscellaneous brush that I used to use all the time. Probably should get rid of it. My mom had this and gave it to me. It's just a fluffy blending brush, and I used this in high school all the time before I got my other brushes. fluffy, just fluffy. And it's got like a smudger on this end. I don't know why. I don't use the smudger. Next, another brush that I don't really use anymore is the Mary Kay Cream Eye Color Brush. Great if you don't like getting it on your fingers. Me, don't mind. Don't mind getting it on my fingers. I would rather blend it out like that than use a brush. I feel like I get more precision. But this, however, would probably be good for glitter or an adhesive for glitter and things like that. So I will probably keep this in my collection because it is very stiff. Very stiff. A Clinique brush that my mom got in a set. Yep, just a little. I use this just for dark colors out here. That's about it. Yeah. But I didn't really have a brush angled like this small or this stiff. It is kind of scratchy. Not my favorite. I don't really like Clinique. I don't like Clinique like natural hair brushes. Like their blush brushes. Not a fan. This brush. First off, love the way you can hold it. I probably hold it out here more. But this is the Sonia Kashuk. It's worn off because I use it so much. This is the Sonia Kashuk blending brush. This is my favorite blending brush. I will not get rid of this. I love this brush. I love the handle of the brush. However, I am looking into different brushes to purchase, or this is a brand that I would purchase from. Love it. Love it so much. I specifically love this brush. I got it on clearance. I don't know why this brush would be on clearance. Does anyone know why this brush would be on clearance? Because holy shit balls. It's amazing. Hopefully you don't mind language, because I said it. Oh, and it actually has Sonia Kashuk, or no. I don't know, it's got something engraved there. I don't know what it is. The rest of my brushes are from Urban Decay eyeshadow palettes. Okay, so this is the first one from the first Naked palette. I have Naked 1, Naked 2, and the Electric palette. I think that's what it's called, and the Alice Through the Looking Glass palette. So I am in the market to get Naked 3, and if I could have, I would have gotten the Alice in Wonderland palette, but as I have talked about in my previous video, which I'm not bitter about at all, I can't find it. Rant over. This is just an Urban Decay shadow brush. That's literally what it says. Urban Decay. And this says shadow over here on the handle. Hopefully you could hear that. Hopefully that wasn't muffled. All it says is shadow. It's a little bit tapered. It's very stiff. I use this for packing shadow on my lid. From the Urban Decay palettes most of the time. Urban Decay is probably my favorite eyeshadow brand. So